So if you find yourself at that crossroad right now in your life where you just feel like there is no way out, there is always a way out, and it lies within you. Hi, my name is Cheryl Garrison, and I am founder and CEO of 50 Something Lifestyle, a resource for women over 50 who are transitioning financially, spiritually, and professionally. I would like to spend a little time today talking about that one aha moment in my life where I knew that things would never be the same for me. I want to start with just a little bit about me and my background. I am a 30 plus year entrepreneur. I've had the privilege of working for myself for over 30 years, raising my children, and being able to amass great amounts of money working from home. I've been able to have multiple types of businesses. And with anything that you do, there are successes, which I've had many successes, and then there's that thing that we call failure. If you're a doer, then you are subject at some point to possibly hit that one thing we dread, and that's that failure. Well, that happened to me in 2008. I had a very thriving multi six-figure business, and I was doing well. I had multiple clients, money coming in from all over the place. And then 2008 hit, and the housing market crashed, and many people lost money in the stock market. They lost their 401ks, and their houses lost value to where they were living in houses that were, they had much more mortgage on them than the houses were worth. And I was in the design business doing lots of wonderful projects, helping people beautify their homes. And when that crash hit, I was left with massive debt. And I can tell you that having been successful for so many years in business, that was a major blow, not only to my finances, but a blow to my ego as an entrepreneur. I ended up closing the business, and I ended up pretty much closing down who I was and that drive that kept me going for all those years. To say the least, I was devastated. And I had moments of just where I just didn't even want to do anything. I was bordering on depression, and sitting in my house, really doing nothing. And my son, who was in college, came home, and he noticed that mom was different. He knew that I had had some business problems, but he also knew that I'd been able over in past times to overcome these things. But I was in my 50s at that time, headed towards 60, and life just sort of looked dim at that point in terms of my career, in terms of my ability as a businesswoman. And he walked in the house one day and he said, "Gosh, Mom, you're done, aren't you?" Well, that hit me right here, because all of my life, my children had seen me thriving and doing and being an example of making money from home and being this successful businesswoman. And it hit me, and I thought, wow, I can't go out like this. And so I went back to my roots of what sustained me over the years, and that was writing. And so I started blogging. I started writing down the feelings that I was having being this 50 something woman. And at this point, I had pretty much, in my career, I had pretty much gone beyond being able to work for someone. I don't know if you've been there where you've been out of the workplace for so long, it's just impossible to go back. And that's where I was. And so I blogged, and I healed through this blogging. And one thing I started noticing, women started commenting. Women started asking questions, and they started sharing their stories about feeling the same way and wondering, what do I do now? I'm in my 50s. Where do I go from here? Well, I was able to write myself out of this depressed stage and to write myself into this point in life where I knew I had to take control and I had to do something. And with all these stories coming in and all these women coming to me for advice, because I had written about it, I had talked about it, I put it out there, I realized I had something special to share, that there was a need for women over 50 to have some place to go to reaffirm that they were not done, that there was lots more of life to live. So out of that came 50-something lifestyle. And I began coaching women on reinventing their lives, coming up with that next thing, like what's next. And I also began doing business consulting and training because that was my background. I was a planning and strategy specialist, and I knew I could help women get their business off the ground, get their business growing, because I had done it. I had just lost track for a little bit. And so out of that, 50-something lifestyle grew. And I knew then that all the experiences, all that I had been through in those 30 years collided together to this wonderful thing that I call the 50-something lifestyle and the 50-something Women's Network. And out of that, I knew that at that moment where I realized that there was so much more left to live, I knew that was that change in my life. That was that point where it was either do or die. And I made the decision to do. So if you find yourself at that crossroad right now in your life where you just feel like there is no way out, there is always a way out, and it lies within you. So dig deep inside. Find that woman who is confident. Find that woman who has all that knowledge and all that experience and all that life yet to live, and take that next step. Don't be afraid. Step out, encourage, and take action, and know that whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whatever it is that you've dreamed of doing, it's possible. Because you are an amazing woman. And this is the time, 50-something is the time now to live what I call your best life right now. I hope these words were encouraging to you. And I know that if you just take that first step, the little steps will follow. And the next thing you'll know, you will be doing that thing of your dreams, the thing of your passion, and you will be living that life, that best life, just as I am doing right now.